Good morning, students. I'm Dr. Anita, Department of Economics, Aditya Nanda University. So today I will deal the topic is collective bargaining. In the chapter of lab economics, it's optional paper. Collective bargaining is the second unit topic. One minute. Yes. The collective bargaining process of joint decision making and basically represent a democratic way of life industry. So this is also one of the method, trade unions method. The trade unions is a two type. One is the hard method and soft method. Collective bargaining is a soft process. It is the process of negotiation between firms and workers representative for the purpose of establishing mutually agreeable conditions of employment. So mutual conditions of the two groups, one employee and another one is employer. It is a technique adopted by two parties. It reach an understanding acceptable to both through the process of decision and negotiation. The International Labour Organization has defined collective bargaining as a negotiation about working conditions and the terms of employment between an employer and a group of employees who are one of more employee organization with a view to reaching an agreement wherein the term serves as a code of defining the rights and obligations of each party in their employment or industrial relations with one another. So, this collective bargaining, the mutual understanding of the both parties, employee and employer. The collective bargaining involves discussions and negotiation between two groups as to the terms and conditions of the employment. It is called a collective. Collective means mutually. So mutually because both of employer and employee act as a group rather than an individual. It is known bargaining because the method of reaching an agreement involves proposals and counter proposals, offer and counter offers, and the negotiations. The next process is which representative of both the management and employees participate in the continuation process, which aims at establishing stable relationship between parties involved. Not only involve the bargaining agreement, but also involve the implementation of such agreements. Attempts at achieving attempts on achieving discipline in the industry, it is a flexible approach as the parties involved have adopt a flexible attitude towards negotiation. Next, we have discussed the main features of collective bargaining. Main features of collective bargaining. So, first one is collective bargaining is a group action. It's not individual. It's not a two or both people action, but it's the whole group of labor. Whole group of labor, the mutual understanding to form the one group is called collective bargaining. So, in this form or industries, only two groups is there. One is employer and second one is employee group. Next feature is collective bargaining is an art. So it's rare and critical also. So some ideas, it's not natural. It's not a agree to the other people. So it's an art. Collective bargaining is a complementary and not a competitive process. It's not a competitive, it's a complementary. So all labors also have a mutual understanding in this process. So next one is it is a continuous and a logical process. So In this collective bargaining, for example, trade unions, the particular period of time, the trade union, but the collective bargaining is it's a continuous process. It's a step towards industrial democracy, working together, thinking together, and deciding together. So, one ideas and working together. So, no more arguments. All labors also have to collectively and decided together in one area. Next one, it's a bipartite progress. Biparty means two parties. Biparty means two parties. One party employer and second party is employee. The employee has depend on only one decision. There is no more arguments. Only one decision. Next, what are the scope of collective bargaining? The scope of collective bargaining is very wide. Any matter defining the relationship between the management and workers may form a part of it. Broadly, two types issues items may involve in collective bargaining. The two processes, one is economic provisions, second one is political provisions or issues. So, first issue is economic provisions, including those provisions which affects economic financial and professional aspects for worker, working conditions, rules and regulations, and wages related. So these are the economic provisions. Wages related wages, bonus, profit sharing. These are the included in the economic provisions. Next, political provisions. These provisions related to the general administration, such as division of authority and re-responsibility, workers' participation in management, and power to challenge the decision taken by management. So, taken by management. So, next, other items being a part of collective bargaining. Allowances and leave rules. So other items. So collective bargaining including these items able to bargaining of employer. So first item is and first one is allowances and the leave rules, wages and salary structure, wages incentive schemes, layoff and retirement of workers, demotions, promotions, transfers, grievance produces, safety and health facilities, scheme of bonus, profit sharing, and co-partnership, maintain of discipline, system of performance appreciation, labor welfare schemes, schemes of social security, medical and compensation schemes. Different aspects of collective bargaining. The concept of collective bargaining needs to understood in its proper perspectives. There is a transformation in the process. Earlier, it was mainly focused on wages and working conditions. However, in recent times, the process of bargaining is extended to almost every area involving employer-employee relations, that is, incentive payment, job security, job staff transfer, promotion, etc. To understand collective bargaining, one requires following aspects. Parties to collective bargaining. Second one, subject matter to collective bargaining. Object of collective bargaining, duration of collective bargaining. First one, parties to collective bargaining is a bi-party agreement which involves the two parties, management or employer association and workers represented by trade union or worker federation on the other hand. Both these parties directly involved in the process. So parties means two parties. One is employer, second one is employee. So both parties involved in the collective bargaining process. Next, subject matter collective bargaining. Setting outstands for employment like the determination of wages, fixing working hour, etc., regulating the employer-employee relations, provision of enforcement of collective bargaining, recognition of union, methods of settling industrial disputes, produce of negotiation, giving the performance of union members or recruitment on undertaking of not restore on strike or lockout during the period, etc. So these are the how to bargaining subjects, fight these subjects of the collective bargaining. Unions, methods, industrial disputes, negotiations, knockouts. So these are the main subject matters of the collective bargaining. So what is the objective of collective bargaining? The prime objective is to maintain coordinal relationship between management and workers and to settle dispute relating to wage and working conditions. Second one, it aims to safeguard the interest of workers through collective action. So, for example, uh, not sponsored to the employer in the workplace, not sponsored to the safeguards. So, mutually and collectively, the laborers has bargained these issues and we have to solve them. To ensure the participation in trade union in industry, to introduce effective grievance holding process, duration and issues involved in collective bargaining, it refers to which the collective bargaining argument remain effective. There is a general tendency on the part of union to have argument in short duration. Next one is types of collective bargaining. How many types in collective bargaining is positive give the taken between work and the employer. Distributive bargaining. Starting on straight art of bargaining, highly over the distribution of amount. It covers issues like wage, salaries, bonds. Next one is attitudinal bargaining. Here the negotiation efforts are being done to change the thinking, approach and attitude to both management and the employee union. So here the attitude to both the participants are shaped and reshaped. Next, ineffective bargaining. There may be some issues in the organization on which both management and employees are equally interested or being benefited. In inter-organizational bargaining, it generally aims at resolving internal conflicts. Even with the union, there may be differences between groups. For example, skilled worker may feel that they are neglected, or women workers feel that they are interested or not locked often after property. So next, what are the functions of collective bargaining? Collective bargaining is a process of decision making and a mechanism of be belonging the power between employer and employee, working together, sharing together, decide together, and earning together. So this is the motto of the collective bargaining. It helps to promote cooperation and mutual understanding between workers and management. This is the most important of the industrial relations. Cooperation between and mutual understanding between workers and management. It establishes uniform conditions for employment. The promote the stability and the prosperity. It increase in economic strength of the employee and management, provided fair rate wage and amenities of workers, promote a residual or grievance. It provide a solution of industrial sickness. It provide a new method of employment, regulatory conditions. So these are the functions of collective bargaining. As a process of social change, it attitude the range of the economic relation between employee and employer as a process of peace treaty. Settlement between two conflicting parties, basically compromise brought out of the collective bargaining process. Compromise represents the state to which each side is prepared to descend and form or the original stance. Next one, the system of industrial juris- jurisprudence. Collective bargaining brings civil rights and industry. It's a rule-making process that formulates terms and conditions for employment. It is a exhaustive process as the labor trade union share the collective responsibility. It is also judicial process which provide inter interrelation of agreement but the by the court. Next, process of collective bargaining. Collective bargaining consists of negotiation between a employer and a group of employees that determine the condition of employment. Often, employees are represented in the bargaining by union or other labor organization. The result of collective bargaining produced is called the collective bargaining agreement. Collective agreements may be in the form of procedural agreements or subsistence agreements. Procedural agreements deal with the relationship between workers and management and the procedures to be adopted for resolving individual or group disputes. This will normally include producers to in respect individual deviance, dispute and decline. Frequently, procedural agreement are put into the company rule book with the provided information on the overall terms and conditions of the employment and codes of behavior. A subsistence agreement deals with specific issues such as basic pay, overtime premium, bonus agreements, holidays, entitlements, hours of work, etc. In many companies, agreements have a fixed time sales and a collective bargaining process will review the procedural agreement with the negotiation take place pay on conditions of the employment. It's a continuation process. The process starts with the workers put character of demand through their trade unions to the management. Normally, a fresh character is submitted at the expire of existence argument, which continue till a new agreement is signed and enforced. So, how to deal the collective bargaining? First one, prepare for negotiation. To decide the source of collective information and data. Next, identification of the issues, problem, and object of the discussed and decided. So either a problem arises the two parties, either employer party or employee party. First, prepare the negotiation. Next, source information and source of data. We have to collect the source of data and identification the issues and problems. First, identify the issues and problems. Next one, identification of negotiating team. So we have to form with a one team. For example, two members employee side and two members employee side. So we have to form the one team negotiating team. Next one, deciding the negotiation produce procure producer to be followed. Next, entering into labor management agreement. Next one, follow action. So, follow action, you can see now, imagine, first prepare for negotiation. First, prepare for negotiation. Problem is arising or not. First, we have to prepare. Next, decide the source for collective information. The collective information next, right or wrong, first you have to decide. Next, identification of the issues and discuss. A real problem is there or not, we have to discuss. Next, identification, negotiation. team. So formation of team, this is the important factor. Next, decision, decide the negotiation techniques. So you have to follow the some techniques of the negotiation, either cancellation or arbitration, and so these are the techniques of the uh, to identify the problem. Next, entering into the labor management arguments. So argument, directly argument to the both parties. Next, follow. So this is the process of collective bargaining. Next, prepare. The phase involves composition of negotiation team. The negotiation term should consist or representative of both the parties with the adequate knowledge and skills for negotiation. In this phase, both employers representative and the union examine their own situation in order to develop the issues that they believe will be most important. The first thing to be done is to determine whether there is actually any reasons to negotiate war. According a correct understanding of the main issues to the covered and in the intimate knowledge of operations, working conditions, production norms, and other relevant conditions is required. Next, discuss. Here, the parties decided to ground rules that will guide the negotiation. The process will begin if half done is in the no less true in case of collective bargaining. An environment to mutual trust in understanding is also created so that collective bargaining argument could be reached. Propose. The phase involves that next phase of the propose. The phase involves that the initial opinion statements that the possible option that exist, the resolve them. In both, the phase could be described as brainstorming. The exchange of message takes place and opinion the both parties sought. Next, bargaining. Negotiations are easy, essay if a problem solving attitude is adopted. This stage comprise the term that what it's and proposal or set forth and the drafting of agreements take place. Next one is settlement. First, discuss. Next, propose. Next one, bargaining. Then settlement. When the parties are through with the bargaining process, consult agreement and reach upon wherein both the parties agree to a common decision regarding the problem or the issue. This stage is described as consisting of effective joint implementation of the argument through shared vision, strategic planning, and negotiated change. Next, essential conditions for success of collective bargaining. The collective bargaining can success only when the management and trade union realize their responsibilities. There should be willingness to give and take the both the parties. Existence of an organized and full recognized trade union. Collective bargaining is possible only in the atmosphere of mutual trust and recognition. There must be maturity of leadership from the both sides. The negotiator must have a problem solving and positive attitude. Intelligent collective bargaining specialized training of the negotiators. Essential conditions for success of collective bargaining. Collective bargaining can succeed only when the management and trade unions realize the responsibility. There should willingness to give and take for both the parties. Existence of an organization and full recognized trade union. Collective bargaining is possible only in the atmosphere of mutual trust and recognition. There must be maturity of leadership from both sides. The negotiator must have a problem solving and positive attitude. Intelligent collective bargaining, especially training of the negotiator. Next one is theories of collective bargaining. The number of bargaining models have their roots in social psychology. Sometimes the model range from dispassion of what occurs at the bargaining tables of complex theories at the existence use of mathematical and economic models. Next one, Walton and Mekis theory. Walton and Mekis use the collective bargaining is a four sub-process: distributive bargaining, intrusive bargaining, attitude structuring, intra-original bargaining. Descriptive bargaining applies the situations in which union and management goals are in conflict. Interactive bargaining, on the other hand, refers to bargaining issues that not necessarily is conflict with those of the other party. Attitudinal structuring of the means by which bargaining parties collective friendliness, trust, respect, and occupation. So, Pigou theory. It's a root of the Pigou bargaining range theory explained the process by which labor is management establish upper and lower wage limits within which final settlements in is made. The union upper limits represent the union ideal wages. Management will offer to wage that will below that acceptable to the union. From these two extremes, the union and management terms will nominally processed through a series of proposal and counter proposal. The union will gradually reduce both sides, however, have established limits as to how far they are willing to concern and the process establishing to sticking point. According to this theory, the exact settlement point will depend on the bargaining skills and strengths of the union and management negotiators. Next model, Pigou model. Next model is Chamberlain model. So focus upon the determinants in bargaining power and the wage of the changes these determine leads to settlement in majority of collective bargaining situation. Chamberlain defines bargaining power as the ability to secure your opinions, arguments to your terms. Thus, union bargaining power can be defined as management's willing to agree to the union's terms or demands, but that determines the willingness of management to agree to the union terms. The answer, according to Chamberlain, depending upon the costly disagreeing will relative to the how costly agreeing will be that union bargaining power is equal management received cost of decreasing the union terms by management received cost of agreeing the union terms. If management estimates that it is more costly to agree than the disagree, management will choose disagree and they will reject the union's terms. If, however, management judges that it is more costly to disagree than to agree, management will choose to agree. Okay. It's a common. Management's bargaining power can be similarly defined. Bargaining power is equal to union perceived cost of disagreeing management with management terms by union previously cost of agreeing with the management terms. Next, Hicks model. Hicks model on the length of the cost of work supportage is proposed that union and management negotiators balancing the cost and benefits of the work stoppage when the making concession of the bargaining table. Each side makes functions to relate to work stoppage. The central idea is that there is a functional relationship between the wage that one or the other party will accept and the length of strike that would be necessary to establish that wage. There is particular wage that the employer would prefer if the union were not the picture. He will concern more, however, in order to avoid a strike and up to point, his concentration will rise with the length of strikes B anticipates. The primary difference between the Hicks model and bargaining range theory is that Hicks model pinpoint or wage settlement while the range theory does not. So, dear students, we have to learn about that collective bargaining and introduction and functions, features. Next, negotiations and the types and how to negotiate the problem both sides, employer and employee sides. Next, different economist views of collective bargaining also you have to learn in this session. So I hope this session is very useful to our study. Thank you, students.